Hello guys, you're welcome back once more. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to go about the cutting and sewing of this lovely lace net top. I know you want to make something lovely like this to rock to your work, your party, church, anywhere you want to. Do well to stick with me to the end of the video to see exactly how I went about the cutting and sewing of this lovely top. Please take note. I modeled this to look exactly the way from where the picture from where I got my inspiration from. But I'm going to wear something more decent whenever I'm going out with it. All right, let's get straight into the video proper. Okay guys, I have my lovely fabric here. Please take note, this is a lovely net lace and it is not actually stretchy. It's just a little bit stretchy. It's not very stretchy, but that does not mean that you not be careful while sewing the zip. Okay, so this is my bodice block which I already have. You can check the description box below to see exactly how to go about it. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to trace these out, just if in case you want to make use of these bodies, your own bodice block to make yours. So all I have to do is trace out the neck, the shoulder, the armhole, the sides, just like this, exactly the side. Remember, we are not adding that to this, so we are taking the exact measurement, not that. So just trace out your exact measurements. And if you are drafting your bodies, like you want to draft a fresh block like on your with your pattern paper, just draft it straightforward like this and then add your zip to it. So that is all you need to do when you're making use of a pattern for this. But I'm going to be using freehand to cut this because I really enjoy making use of freehand, guys. But then this is a very simple cloth. That's why I'm simple style. That's why I'm using freehand. So I'm going for checking my back. I'm checking for the back and the front. So most times these things actually have back and front, except for when you don't really understand it. So the next thing I'm doing now is I'm dividing my bust point, which is the largest part of this measurement, and I'm adding some inch, like 2 to 3 inch, that I'll be using as the allowance. So that is what I'm going to use to get the folding of this, because I don't want to waste my fabric. Yes, I like to economize fabric. So 10 inch for my bust points, which I'm already marking, as you can see. And then the next thing is to get my waistline, which is 16 inch. That is a half cut. And then 8 inch, I'll be coming down 8 inch, 8.5 from my waistline. It's going to be 8.5 because I want to add extra 7 inch to for the length of the blouse. So my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus 0.5. I've just gone ahead to apply it and I'll mark it on all sides, and then that is what you see me do. Then for my neck, I'm moving it 3 by 3, 3 inch wide, 3 inch long, depth, in other words depth. So divided my bust measurement by 4 and applying. Then for the armhole, I got the midway, divided it, went in by 1 inch, and I just go ahead now and make a beautiful curve for my armhole. So guys, I'm actually making this very fast because I don't want this video to take too much time. This is a regular thing I'll be doing most times, so that's why. So then this, I'm using my hand to curve my neck. I usually enjoy this, using my hand to curve this, or you can use the French curve to do that as well. So I got my waist measurement and I've applied the same thing. I've applied my hip measurement. So I'm applying my hip measurement, but this particular blouse is not going to get to my hip, but I'm just going to use my hip for it so that it will not be too, you will not end up getting a different look at the end. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I added to 2 inch for the allowances for all of them. So meanwhile, I took out, remember I added 8.5, so that's 1.5 on top is for my hemming. That is what I used to hem the downside. So the 7 inch is the actual length that I've added for this blouse. So let's total it. You total it 16 plus 7, then you know the length of the blouse we have here. Okay, so after cutting, this is how it looks, so beautiful and nice. I hope you're enjoying this already. So then I'll take it and place at the back side to get my back. The only thing I'm going to do on this back is to add my zip and then my neck, which is going to be 1 inch depth. So that is just what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to add my zip, which is 2 inch, and that is all for the back. So it's as simple as this. If the fabric you're using is more stretchy, you can go ahead and try making something without zip. That is, if you're sure it's going to allow you to apply a collar, to sew a collar and everything and still come out nice. So now for the sleeve, this side is the side that is going to the down part of the sleeve, because I don't want to fold the sleeve. So I want to target that part to end the sleeve. So for my sleeve length, I have 24. I'm adding 0.5 to it. That 0.5 is for the shoulder, that is the joining. Okay, so if you can see the way I folded my fabric and how I'm cutting it, I want it to end at that side. That is okay. So I'm measuring my 24.5 from the middle of the fabric to end at that particular side, because I don't want to fold that. So guys, I'm sorry that this particular side couldn't capture. So all you need to do is divide your armhole by 2, and then when you divide it, make a curve. Just make a curve with that measurement you have and add your allowance to it. So what I have after dividing mine is 10 inch. So divide your armhole by 2 in a proper armhole that you have measured by 2, and then you make a nice curve. Use your hand and curve that, okay? Or you can use a curve rule. I have a video on how to draft a standard sleeve. You can equally check it on the description box. Okay, so after that, you add your seam. So the next thing I'll be doing is to check my bicep, which is the biggest part of the hand, and I divide it by 2 and I add my 2.2 inch seam allowance. So for the wrist part, I'm just going to be using 4 or 4.5. So but 4 is what I'm going to use to shaping this for my wrist. Okay, so guys, hope you understand what I'm doing here. It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult at all. Okay, you can check my other videos. You will see exactly how these things are very easy. So remeasuring this to make sure that everything is okay and accurate. So I'll go ahead and cut. So that is all for the sleeve, and I'll go ahead and recut it again to get my 2 complete sleeve. So guys, that is it. You can see how lovely this sleeve is looking. I'm sure you like how it looks already. Yes, I like how it look myself. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to start joining. Before I cut the collar, I'm going to join this first. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the back side for my zip, as you see me do. So after that, I'm going to open it up properly and face it right side facing right side. Okay, so remind you, these places I'm marking with chalk, they are the back, so I want to be sure that I'm not mixing things up. So I'm placing it properly the way it's supposed to be. So after I finish placing it, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take my shoulders and I'm going to join it by 1/2 inch. I'm just going to sew straight line by 1/2 inch on my shoulders. So that is the first thing I'm going to do. Then on the side, I'm going to take in the allowance I've added. I'm not going to sew it to the armhole. I will stop just let me say at my waist point. I'll stop there. Why? Because of the joining of the sleeve. So just do the same thing so that when it gets to the time to join sleeve, you understand the importance of what I've just done. So guys, I'm through with doing that, and that is it. I've finished the joining. I stopped the way it's supposed to be, and I've also hemmed this part. I forgot to show you guys that it's necessary to hem it at this particular point too before you join the side. So I've also hemmed it down, so equally do that before you join the side. That makes for a more faster work and a more neater work too. So guys, you can see how this is looking already. It's looking really nice and attractive. So now I'm going to take the circumference of my neck in order to get my collar. Now you see the reason why I didn't draft the collar at first, because when you're on freehand, you're cutting on freehand, some things need to be done after joining to get accuracy. So I have 26.5. Please take note, this particular round neck measurement includes the same allowance for the zip and everything. So if I measure just the back side alone, I have 13, I think 13.2. Now if you divide that 26.5, I think that is exactly what you're going to have, 13.2. So just take a look at this now and you see what I'm showing you. So you notice that what I measured was very accurate. So make sure to measure yours accurately too, like that. So with my fabric folded properly, the next thing I'm going to do is this particular collar is just like a 1-inch collar for the front, and the back side might be having 1.5. So because I want the front to have this balanced. Okay, so I'll be making a curve. So if you notice, I'm taking in 5 inch. 5 inch is what I'm using for this. That is 2.5, 2.5. And then the length, which is 13 inch, that is what I'm marking exactly. So please take note, this particular length, remember it includes the zip. So don't panic on that part, even if it's not up to that, if your fabric is not up to or something, because it includes the zip. So it's not the exact neck measurement. So but it's good to just do it that way to cover up every necessary areas. So guys, I have my 5 inch and then I have my 13 inch bib. So the next thing I'm going to do, that is 13.2, sorry please. The next thing I'll be doing now is to divide that 13.2 by 2, which is what I've just done. So I'm going to go ahead and shaping it by just 1/2 inch for the front. Okay, I hope you understand exactly what I'm doing. So this unfold part is the part pointing to the front. I hope you already know that. And please take note, this particular collar I'm drafting is already 2 collar in 1. They are already 2 in 1. So first of all, I'm going to cut it out like this first. Then I will apply the shaping on 1. So I'm going to come down 1/2 inch on this particular one here. So I'm going to trace it, connect it to that particular point. Remember, I divided my 13.2 by 2 and applied. So I'm going to use my scissors and cut it out. So what I have remaining here is 1.5. So by the time I'm done with the taking in, I have 2 inch there. So by the time I'm done with what I want to take in, I'll be left with 1 inch as the front collar, that is the center, while the back side will be 1.5. So most times it's very okay like that, so that to give your neck a perfect sitting. You will not just hook up your neck and be making you comfortable. To just balance on your neck. Although if you observe mine very well, you will notice that mine is a bit loose. That is because even after sewing, I gave it a little inch while joining the zip, because I don't want it to actually hook my neck. So go ahead and sew your 1/2 inch on this particular part that is curved, because that is the part that will be standing. That is the part that will be pointing towards your neck. So then this other part, the down part, is the one you're going to be attaching on the fabric. Okay. So before you do that, I'll fold my collar into 2, and I'm going to get the midway of my collar. I'm going to notch it. Please, in case this notching, because this is a net, you can go ahead and use your chalk and just chalk the midway. Okay, because you might just notch it and it confuse you. I'll equally get the midway of the top itself by making sure that the shoulder points meet each other properly. Then I'll place it very well like this, just the way you see me placing it. And then I'm going to notch the midway. Okay, so guys, this is it. So I would have used chalk to chalk this out, but I totally forgot. If you notice, this is now looking a bit confusing, and I don't want to go ahead to notch it again, so that I will not end up creating confusion when I'm joining it. So I already know exactly where I did that, so but I'm just giving you a little bit expo. Okay, so guys, all you need to do is place the part you notched together facing each other. This particular collar, sorry, we are going to be top stitching it on the front. So just go ahead and follow what I'm doing. So it simply means you place a collar exactly like this, and then after you finish sewing the first half part, you go ahead and fold it in like this and top stitch. The part you're top stitching now is the front. You have top stitching to the front. So I believe that with that already you understand how to go about it. Please, I'm sorry for the nice noise in the background, guys. I don't really understand. I just had to finish this video. So guys, that is it. You can see how lovely it's looking. I'm through with that particular joining, and you can see how nice and lovely it's looking. By the time I wear this now and zip it up, it will just fit perfectly. Then for my sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and get the midway of my armhole on the sleeve. That is my round sleeve. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll take it and then I'll attach it to the shoulder like this. Please make sure that you are doing it while you note where the front and the back is. So you attach it like this and then pin it all the way around. So this part you see me pinning is the part I'm going to sew. Okay, I like using the pin to show you where I'm sewing. So after I finish pinning it, I'm going to sew it by 1/2 inch. I'm going to sew it by 1/2 inch round. Okay, so after I finish doing that, the next thing to do is to make sure you place your sleeve perfectly, and then you take in your seam, and make sure that before you do that you also measure your armhole so that you will know exactly how to stitch it all together. So I'll sew all the way up like this, passing through. Make sure your armhole is properly taken so that you will not go and resew or unsew. Then you connect it back to this point. Okay, so now you see the importance of the reason why I say don't sew up at first. So that is how you're going to go about it, so that you end up getting a very nice sleeve. You don't want something that's now going to be folding or confusing you. Okay, so guys, I believe you're enjoying this video so far. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell after that. Okay, please, if in fact do that already, please and please and please. So after fixing my sleeve, the next thing I'm going to do is to attach my zip. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach my zip. And this particular zip point, I didn't show you exactly how I went about it. I'm going to be making a special video on how to attach this kind of zip, because if you're not careful with this, it will come out really bulgy, like it will be having all those bumps, which of course I'm going to make a video to show you the difference of what I'm saying. So for now, let's conclude this lovely video here, guys, and please check out my other videos, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and see you in my next video coming up. Bye.